I'm going to go over a bear plank. It's a nice plank variation for those of you that arch your back in a regular plank. So what we might see is something like this. So we have a regular plank, you can either be on your hands or your elbows, but we don't have the trunk stability to hold a nice neutral spine. And if we're seeing that, we want to fix that. So one thing we can do is get into a bear position, get on all fours, knees under your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. From here, I'm gonna lightly lift my knees, and because my knees are up, it's much harder to now arch my lower back. So a first stage would be something like this. Holding this for 20-30 seconds, you wanna reach through the ground and keep your midsection on. From there, we can talk about some progressions. Starting from that bear position, the first progression would be to move your legs or slightly lift your legs or kick the legs back while maintaining my whole position and keeping my hips level. One thing I don't want to see is when I lift the leg, that hip then drops. We need to keep the trunk integrity. The next progression from that would be an arm raise. So one more time, knees above the hips, hands above the shoulders, lift up, reaching through. From here, this is much more difficult. Lift the arms up, trying to keep the hips level as I do so. The final position will be the bear crawl plank, bird dog. Now we're gonna go opposite arm and opposite leg. So we'll get our setup. Helps to be a little bit wider on the feet for this one. And now I'm gonna lift opposite arm and leg at the same time, trying to keep the hip level. Oh, there we go. Switch. Oh, not so good there. You guys get the drift? I would add this exercise in your trunk training, 2 to 4 sets of 30 seconds of work. If that's for the plank, if we're doing reps, then you're gonna do 10 to 20 reps. I'll write more in the description box.